Hey guys, I'm at this yard sale. It was probably about 6 years ago, and this lady had tons and tons of beds. And two of the beds that she had were called rope beds, which I'd never even seen a rope bed. I didn't even know what one is. So the one was all finished real nice, and it was like $300. The other one was just kind of raw, and it's a full-size bed, and I actually paid $75 for it. I can't believe I paid that much, but I loved it. And I knew right away when I bought it that it was not going to be a bed, it was going to be a bench. So this bed has sat up in my other barn. The pieces were like somewhere else. Everything was all mishmash, and I kind of forgot about it. So the other day I found it, and I put it together, and it's behind me, and I want to talk to you a little bit about that and about what we're going to do with it. So this is the bed, and like I say, it's a full-size bed. What the best thing that I could see about the bed was this right here, and I don't know how well you can see it, but this is like a inside panel. It's like the opposite of a panel actually, because it's got a roof, and it just screamed mosaic when I saw it. So it's when you do a mosaic, it's a big project and it takes a long time. So I think that's why I've just kind of been saving it, and now I'm ready to work on it. And I want to talk to you about what you need to look for when you're at a yard sale, when you pick up a piece like this, or when you pick up any kind of piece that you want to make a mosaic out of. Basically, there's two different thicknesses. This bowl was like my absolute favorite bowl in the whole world, and it got broken. And it had little bowls that went with it that were like, one was a kiwi, one was an orange, one was a lemon. And I just loved this set, and it even had ceramic like tongs with it. It was a salad set, and they broke. So I actually broke up some of the pieces, and as you can see, the pieces are really, really thick. And you can see here how thick they are, which is fine, but in order to do a mosaic out of a piece like that, all your other pieces have to be that thick, and it's pretty hard because it's more like a pottery than a china, which is fine. If that's what you want to do and you can find all this cool pottery, then I would recommend to get it. But what I prefer to use is the thinner china, which is like this, and this is really, really thin, and this is the most common. This piece is from Greece, and I think it was like 50 cents. You can see the chip on it up here. And whenever you see a piece like this, you just grab it, and then you can try to talk to people down and say, well, it's got a chip on it, and they don't know what you're going to do with it. But I think that this mosaic needs to be dark for some reason, dark pieces of china, rather than the usual like shabby chic cabbage roses. Everything's white and a little bit of gold on the edges. So I'm going to do this dark. And when you're doing something that has actual images on it, you can kind of keep the image on the mosaic, but you're going to have to work around it. So you don't want something too busy to go around it. So you need plain pieces like this. This is an amazing green color. And the edge is really cool. So the edge, I have like 6 of these little plates. So the edge can actually be the edge of something. It can be the edge of a swirl. You could line the whole edge of the mosaic in something like this. It almost has like a little lace look. So I picked up these. I've just been kind of saving them. This is another one that can be a good, really good filler piece. And I have a whole set of these. And they're kind of orange looking, which is interesting, and I think it goes really well with something this dark. So we use that. These are the most common pieces, or the blue. So I always like to pick up these. And as you can see, this has a really cool pattern on it that you can use in another swirl, or just do whatever you want to do. I want to show you these. This is another blue piece. This is another blue piece, which is a little bit different. And this is tacky and it's gaudy and it has like the Rocky Mountains on it, but you don't care about that. All you care about is this beautiful blue color. So you can pick up really gaudy pieces. These were actually a tray, like a little dessert tray. And this was on the top, and then this was in the middle, and then the one is on the bottom, which I bought it just to use the hardware out of it to do something really cool, which I already did. But the point is, the pictures on these are very early American, and the one has a little spinning wheel on it, and this is like an old fireplace, which no matter what, you never want to save these designs because they're early American, and early American is not in. But if you break them up real tiny and this great green color on the edge, you can certainly incorporate these by losing the image that's on it and just using that great green color. So that's kind of what you want to look for. Make sure all your china kind of goes, thinness goes, the thickness goes, and you definitely need filler pieces and you definitely need solid pieces. This piece, it was $1, and it's a rose, and as you can see, it's like porcelain. I've always just been dying to use this on something. So this piece might go right in the middle of the mosaic, just to stand out and kind of be like a little 3D thing going on. So that's the china that we're going to use, and the first thing that I did was I cleaned off the whole bed just to get the dust off, just to get the spider webs off. And I have a great product that this guy sold me, this whole box of all this silver cleaner and tarnish remover and this really great furniture polish. So I'm going to show you that, and I'm going to show you how it works. This is the bottle, and I think it's Old English. It may still be in the market, I don't know, but this bottle's like 30 years old. So when I use the bottle up, I'll probably do something with the bottle. Anyway, just a little bit of this. Gently how well you can see it. But right here is just, it's light. It's got a lot of light marks in it, and you just want to go over the piece. And this is dark, but it will lighten up when it dries. This covers every single scratch, every little divot it goes into, and basically it's as easy as that. I was going to paint this piece black, and I decided to give this a try first, just because it is raw wood and it is beautiful. So that's how great this product is. I'm not going to do this because I don't want, and it has a little bit of an oil feel to it. I don't want anything to deter the mortar that I'm going to use and the grout that I'm going to use. So I'm just going to leave that like a little dry base. So I will keep you posted. Oh, I'll show you exactly how I'm going to make the bench out of this bed. I put it together. I needed help. It kept falling over. And I'm hoping you can see it. Let's move this bottle. This is the bottom of the bed here. Let's move this. And these are, it's called a rope bed because it actually has these little knobs that go all the way up it. And back in the old days, they would take a rope and they would just go back and forth in this direction. And then it also has the knobs here. And then they would weave the rope back and forth all the way down. And that was basically the box spring. And I would love to have a beautiful spare room and use this as a bed, but I just don't. I don't have the space, and it's a full-size bed, which, full-size, they're not, either you get a twin or you get a queen or you get a king, but full sizes are kind of rare. Anyway, so I have this bottom part, and I'm going to cut, this is just a piece that's just like stuck in there for right now, but I'm going to cut it about a foot, and then I'm going to discard the rest of these rails, and I'm going to cut the end of it to right here, so it's nice and even with everything else, which is going to leave me with this and the whole back piece. So this, if you flip it around, this is actually going to be the arm. So if I cut it here and here, then I'll incorporate it right here to the bench. And then we'll have that little arm that actually matches this little post here. So that's going to be the mechanics of it, and we'll see how far we get with that. I haven't figured out what the seat is going to be yet. I could do the rope seat, and that would probably be really cool if I got a really cool rope and just didn't even cover it with anything. Or I can cut a piece of wood and do like a little upholstery thing with fabric on it. So I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do, but I'll definitely keep you posted. Okay, until next time, I'll see ya.